Hi, I'm Scott Wrighton. I serve as Decatur City Manager, and every week we try and give you some more information that I hope is useful for you to learn more about your City of Decatur government. Of course, our tree and limb pickup continues. We expect that will occupy a significant portion of our Public Works Department's July schedules. If your neighborhood hasn't had trees and limbs picked up from curbside yet, please be patient. We will get there. Our Public Works Department is making good progress in catching up. It's kind of odd. Some neighborhoods have hardly any trees and limbs out there, while other neighborhoods have many and large piles, which really just indicates how differently that storm treated the city, with significant damage in some neighborhoods, while other neighborhoods had hardly any. I also want to tell you a little bit about some of the projects going on under the administration and the management of the Illinois Department of Transportation here in Decatur. Those of you who've been through that South Shores intersection down by the South Kroger area, just as you cross the lake south of the dam, have encountered some significant delays because the state of Illinois is engaged in a very needed upgrade of the surfaces there. What they're doing is what's called a mill and overlay, where they take just the top inch to inch and a half off of milling it down to have a level surface, and then they put new asphalt over the top. Because that blocks the lanes and it has been difficult to get through that intersection, the contractor is working as fast as he can. If you can avoid that intersection while construction is going on, then please do so. There's really nothing that I can say that speeds it up any more than is already happening. If you can avoid that South Shores intersection in your travel time, then try to make arrangements to do that. The other project that maybe has been less visible in terms of delay has been something we've asked the Illinois Department of Transportation to do for several years, and that is, since the work that is going to be eventually happening on North Business Route 51, that's North Water Street and North Main Street between El Dorado and Pershing, it's going to be a complete reconstruction, meaning that the existing streets will get completely torn up, new curb and gutters, widened green spaces, the addition on the Water Street side of a bike path that is completely off of the driving surface, and other improvements that I think fundamentally change the look and feel of the streetscape in these sections of North Water and North Main Street. But because that significant project is taking so long for the state to design and eventually get to their contracting process, we asked the state to make some temporary improvements to the surface, especially of Main Street. Water has some too, but some of the worst surface issues were on Main Street, because we cannot expect our motorists to drive on that very difficult, rough surface, in some cases unsafe surfaces, as long as it's taking the state to get the complete reconstruction project to bid. And they've agreed to do that. And if you've been driving those sections of Business 51 between Pershing and El Dorado, you know what I'm talking about. There's whole sections that have been paved over and others that are not, because the state picked the worst of them for this treatment. And for the most part, the work that they've done pretty much is finished now. They have a little bit more work to do, but basically that work is largely complete. So these are the improvements that we have asked them to make, and they did, to basically limp that section of Business 51 through till 2025, which is when the total reconstruction of that roadway will take place. Not only will it look a whole lot better, I need to warn our residents that because it's a total reconstruction of that road, there will be some significant delays and detours when that project comes around, just like we've had delays and detours down in South Shores. We appreciate citizens' patience. None of us like to sit in lines while we're waiting for our time to have our lane drive through a construction zone, but I hope that you all agree that the short-term inconvenience that this creates is worth it to have a finished street, a better street, a safer street to drive on. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll bring you some more information next week.